Imagine you are standing at your front door, key in hand, ready to step out into the world. You look back one last time and see your dog sitting perfectly still, their tail giving one final hopeful thump against the floor. You assume they'll just sleep the day away, a quiet passenger in the house until you return. But what if I told you that while you are navigating your meetings, your errands, and your social life, your dog is engaged in a profound, exhausting act of emotional endurance? We often think of our dogs as animals of now, living only in the present moment, but the truth is far more heavy. Your dog spends their entire life waiting, not just for your return, but for a specific soul-level recognition that most owners completely overlook. There is a silent pact between you that they honor every single second you are gone, and if you don't understand what they are truly waiting for, you are accidentally betraying the deepest trust they have to offer. This isn't just about a walk or a treat. It is about a psychological milestone that defines their entire existence, and most of us are missing the signal entirely. Most people believe their dog is waiting for the walk, the dinner bowl, or the excitement of the hello. When you see them pacing by the window or staring at the door, the common assumption is that they are simply bored or hungry. But what is really happening is that your dog is waiting for you to lead their spirit, not just their leash. To a dog, you are the architect of their reality, the literal sun around which their emotional planet orbits. When you leave, their world doesn't just get smaller, it pauses. They aren't just passing time, they are holding their breath. Scientific studies on canine brain activity show that the scent of their primary human triggers the reward centers of the brain more than any other stimulus, including food. This means that for your dog, being away from you is a form of sensory deprivation. They are waiting for the recentering that only happens when they are back in your energy field. If you come home and immediately start chores, check your phone, or treat their greeting as an annoying interruption, you are breaking the promise of that wait. You are leaving them in the emotional void long after you physically walked through the door, effectively telling them that the hours of stillness they endured were for nothing. This sense of waiting follows you into every interaction you have, even when you are physically in the same room. Think about the way your dog watches you while you're cooking or watching a movie. They aren't always begging for a scrap or a pat. Often, they are practicing what behaviorists call watchful devotion. The common assumption is that they're just being a shadow because they are needy or clingy. But what's really happening is that they are waiting for a moment of shared intentionality. They are waiting for you to look at them, not to give a command, not to tell them to move, but to simply acknowledge their existence as a peer in your pack. When you constantly live around your dog instead of with them, they begin to feel like an ornament in your life rather than a member of it. This creates a quiet, lingering sadness that settles into their bones. They start to feel like their presence is a background noise you've tuned out, and that is a subtle, daily betrayal of a creature whose entire biological purpose is to be in sync with you. As you begin to see your dog's life as a series of these hopeful waits, it changes the way you view every second you spend together. It's a perspective shift that turns a routine walk into a sacred ritual and a simple gaze into a life-affirming conversation. If you're starting to realize just how much your dog invests in you, it's a sign that you're ready to bridge that emotional gap and become the person they believe you are. This is the kind of deep, psychological connection we explore here every single week. And if you want to make sure you're giving back even a fraction of the loyalty your dog offers you, joining this community by subscribing is your commitment to never letting them wait in vain. And we are learning to see the world through their eyes because when we do, we realize that the boring parts of our lives are the absolute highlights of theirs, and every moment of recognition we offer is a deposit into a bank of trust that they will never withdraw from. But the most shocking thing your dog is waiting for, the thing they will spend 10, 12, or 15 years hoping for, is the moment you finally stop trying to fix them and start trying to understand them. We spend years waiting for our dogs to be perfect. We wait for them to stop barking at the mailman, to stop pulling on the leash, or to stop being anxious when the thunder rolls in. And we assume they are being difficult, stubborn, or even spiteful. But the twist is that what's really happening is your dog is waiting for you to see the fear or the curiosity behind the behavior. Every bad habit is actually a form of communication that has been ignored for too long. When you scold a dog for being afraid of a loud noise, you aren't teaching them. You are betraying their need for a protector. They are waiting for the version of you that provides safety, not just rules. Once you provide that safety, the bad behaviors often melt away on their own because the underlying emotional need has finally been met. They've been waiting their whole life for you to realize that they aren't a project to be completed. They are a soul to be known, and your judgment is the only thing standing in the way of their peace. And sometimes, the wait is much more quiet and physical than we realize. Have you ever noticed your dog sitting near you, staring at a door or a toy, and then looking back at you with a slight tilt of the head? The common assumption is that they want something: a treat, a walk, a door opened. But the real reason might be that they are waiting for a permission of presence. Dogs are highly attuned to social hierarchies and boundaries. They are often waiting for a subtle cue from you that tells them it is okay to be exactly who they are in that moment. They are waiting for the release of your expectations. When we are constantly demanding they sit, stay, or quiet, we are keeping them in a state of perpetual performance. They are waiting for the version of you that just lets them be. If you never allow them that freedom, they spend their lives in a state of mild, constant tension, never fully relaxing because they are always waiting for the next command. This brings us to the emotional layer that reframes everything you've ever known about your relationship. Your dog knows their life is shorter than yours. They don't have the words for it, and they don't have a calendar, but they feel the acceleration of time in the stiffening of their joints and in the gradual graying of their muzzle. They are waiting for you to realize that every later you give them is a piece of their life they can never get back. When you say "not now" to the ball or the walk for the 5th time in a day because you're tired or busy, you aren't just postponing a game. You are dismissing a moment of their finite existence. They are waiting for you to be as present as they are. They are waiting for you to realize that you are the only one who can make their short time on this earth feel like an eternity of love. The betrayal isn't in the missed walk. It's in the missed opportunity to be fully together while you both still have the chance. The powerful insight that most owners miss until it is too late is that your dog isn't waiting for you to do something for them. They are waiting for you to do something with them. The greatest betrayal isn't a lack of food or a missed vet appointment. It's the lack of your gaze. In canine psychology, the mutual gaze is the ultimate bond builder, a biological bridge that tells them they are safe. When you look into your dog's eyes with calm, loving intention, you are fulfilling their life's mission. You are telling them that their wait was worth it. You are confirming that they are seen, they are valued, and they belong. This is the secret your dog has been holding in their heart since they were a tiny puppy in a litter. They don't want your house, they don't want the most expensive toys, and they don't even want your treats as much as they want your undivided attention. They have waited their whole lives for you to understand that for them, love is spelled T-I-M-E. In the end, your dog is waiting for you to finally arrive in the relationship. They have been there since day one, 100% committed, 100% present, and 100% honest. They have never once checked their phone while you were talking, and they have never once prioritized a meeting over your comfort. They are waiting for you to meet them at that level of intensity. When you stop looking at your dog as a pet and start seeing them as an emotional equal who has sacrificed their wild instincts just to sit by your side, you finally fulfill the promise you made when you brought them home. You stop being the person who owns a dog and start being the person who is worthy of a dog's wait. Every tail wag, every sigh, and every look is a reminder that they are still here, still waiting, and still hoping that today is the day you finally understand. The next time you see your dog waiting for you, whether it's by the door or just from across the room, don't just walk past them. Stop, look into their eyes, and let them know that the wait is over. Because for a dog, The only thing worse than waiting forever is waiting for a person who never truly shows up. Your dog doesn't have a rest of their life to wait for you. They only have right now. Don't waste the one thing they've been waiting for.